Hello everybody and welcome to episode 12 of 9 in 9 with Watford. Today we reach the end of season review where we wrap up the season and the final few results we've had since we've last been together. Don't forget, if you enjoy this content, to please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to click that notification bell to know when a new video goes up on the channel, and also don't forget to leave me a comment if you've got anything to say. Let's dive into those final 7 games of the championship season. So after promotion was secured against Charlton last time around, we drew 0-0 with Brentford. Not much to write home about. Both sides had chances to win the game. Neither side took them. We then beat Ipswich by 3-1. Tony Martinez with a goal. Jacob Greaves with 2 before Abdul Aziz pulled one back for Ipswich. We then swept aside Queen's Park Rangers' Cole Palmer, Tony Martinez, Elias Chair with a beauty against his former club, and Siko Mara completing the scoring in that one. We then beat Leeds by 2-0, Tony Martinez with a double. We saw off Portsmouth by 1-0, Callum Hudson-Odoi with the only goal of the game. Then we won the M1 derby against Luton, Brian Gittins with the opening goal. Brett Wilshere made it 2 inside 4 minutes. 2 goals for Tony Martinez. We wrapped it up before half-time. Ben Woodburn with the reply in the second half for Luton. And finally, we drew 1-1 with Bristol City. Callum Hudson-Odoi opened the scoring. Tom Miles with the equaliser for Bristol City. So the final championship table looks like this. We have smashed the record. The record was set at 104 by Reading. 115 for us. Just the one defeat in the season. The one blot on the copybook. Goal difference of 74. 106 goals in the back of the net. Breaking our club record of 94. A tremendous season from everybody. Burnley finished second. 88 points. They picked West Ham to the second automatic promotion spot. So it's West Ham, Brentford, Blackburn and Reading in the playoffs. Bournemouth miss out by 2 goals in the end. They had a far better goal scored, did Bournemouth, but they miss out by 2 goals. Imagine that. Down at the bottom, we knew about Charlton. They were gone. Queen's Park Rangers have gone, as have Preston. It was closer than it appeared in the end. Birmingham survive, as do Portsmouth and Sunderland. Everybody else was pretty much secure from that point on. Let's take a look at the end of season review, shall we? So there is the championship title at the end of 28-29 season. Of course, we've got one more to go. After this, we'll talk about that a little bit more later. The new arrivals, there were plenty of them, and they all played their part, really. Finn Darman played 43 games in the season. Tony Martinez played 40 games, including the substitution. Samu, obviously, was brought in before I arrived. He played quite a lot of the season. Kessler Hayden was a player that was very, very good, and I might look to pinch him once they go up to the Premier League. Argo was pretty good on loan. Brett Wilshere did pretty well. Mark he did well as well. Jack Deal. I mean, everybody put a shift in. Bushry did all right as well. Siko Mara chipped in with some goals when he came along. Callum Hudson-Odoi only came in January, but had a very good, profitable second half of the season. Jacob Greaves chipped in with 4 goals in his short time with the club. So yeah, lots of players were bought in, but they all played their part. So the board were delighted. Obviously, we gained promotion. The one blot on the copybook, losing to Brentford in early September. Other than that, we were unbeatable from that point on. 35 wins in the season, breaking another championship record. The records, they were tumbling all over the place. We had a good run in the FA Cup as well, being knocked out eventually by Manchester United, beating Grimsby, beating Blackburn, beating Sheffield United in that penalty shootout before falling at the 4th hurdle of the competition. Carabao Cup, we were out in the 3rd round, losing to Southampton on penalties, beating Burton Albion and Cheltenham on the way. So the biggest win of the season came on the opening day of the season. You saw it, 7-0 on the opening day, setting down a marker and putting everybody on notice that Watford were back and they were ready for promotion. Match to remember came in February when we beat West Ham. The goal of the season was scored by Jack Deal. Let's see it. And it was set up on his debut by Patrick Southam. He was later sent off, but Jack Deal with a great run down the field before he will unleash one into the back of the net. It came as the only goal of the game, and what a goal to win it. Moving on to those accolades. So I was Championship Manager of the Month for 5 months out of the season. And I should suspect I will win the Championship Manager of the Year come the end of it. So the fans' player of the season was Jordi Mbolo. The young player was Jack Deal. Signing of the season was Jacob Greaves. The very, very good deal. Obviously, we did change up the defence in January, letting go Tom McIntyre, letting go Matt Clark, but Jacob Greaves, he will do fine in the Premier League. Goal of the season we've already seen. Top goal scorer, Tony Martinez. It took him a while to get going, but he did get going in the end with 27. 15 assists for Jordi Mbolo. 8 player of the matches for Tony Martinez. The highest average rating came at 7.4 with Mbolo, and Luke Amos had the best pass completion rate, although he didn't play much in the second half of the season. Record breakers, so the 15 assists were broken. The players of the match were broken by Mbola and Tony Martinez, respectively, and we broke our transfer record, bringing in Samu. It was a very good signing, in my opinion. So it was a superb season for Watford. They exceeded all expectation throughout the campaign and claimed a deserved title. Thank you, Kenny. And there's one quick thing I want to point out before I leave you today, and that is the amount of goals that were scored across the board. Now, I know we used a lot of players in the season. Obviously, Tony Martinez getting his 27, 14 for Mbola, 12 for Cole Palmer, 10 for Deal, 9 for Mara, 6 for Samu, 5 for Gittins, 5 for Callum Hudson-Odoi, and then the defenders start chipping in as well. It's been a phenomenal effort from absolutely everybody. There's only like half a dozen players that didn't score a goal in the season, hence why we scored so many, and hence why we won the title by as far a distance as we did. So that is Watford packed off to the Premier League, and good luck to them back in the big time. Who is going to be club number 9 to break Neil Warnock's record? Find out next time. We will sort that out and see where we end up. I've got my eye on a couple of places, Bournemouth in particular, after they missed out on the playoffs. Can I be the man to take them back to the Premier League? Let's see what happens during the summer as the managerial merry-go-round begins in earnest. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today's video, to please leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to leave me a comment if you've got anything to say. And I will see you for the start of Season 9 next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.